Hey guys, it's Nolan from Trade and Train. Hope you're all really well. It's been a while since you've done a video, so got some movement on the dollar. So I thought we'd drop this one into YouTube for you, so you can have a look at what we're looking at and what we're seeing. See if you agree. So had this big move down on the dollar index, and now it looks as though we're seeing some buyers step into the market. And why do we say that? Well, look at this pattern here. If you know anything about patterns, this looks to be a low, lower low, and a higher low. This pattern at the end of a downtrend is a reversal pattern, an inverse head and shoulder pattern. So you've got your left shoulder there, head, right shoulder. So we've seen that low, that lower low, that higher low. We're now looking for buyers to take this further to the upside. So there was our high there, look. So you want to be watching for price to break through this high, close above it, and then you're looking for it to retest, like so. So what we're doing, we're looking for dollar strength, and we're looking to trade that dollar strength against weaker markets. So this may, it may come back down here and maybe test this zone again, bounce here and then go. We don't know. We don't know how it's going to play out, but we're looking for price to break to the upside, close above. A nice daily close above would be good. Retest and then go from there. So looking at euro, we're already in one trade on euro actually, which you can actually see. We actually traded this candle here, and this was an end of day trade that we sent out last night. What we did was, just to give you an idea of how we analyze the market, we looked at this as the impulse down yesterday. So we draw a fib from the top there to the bottom there, and we looked for a 50% retracement as an entry with our stop loss above here. So if we've got the inverse head and shoulder pattern on the dollar index, we have the reverse on the euro dollar because it's basically the inverse chart. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So entry at 50% retracement. We could have gone higher. We could have gone for the big number, 1.13. There was also these candle highs here. We decided to go for a 50% retracement. 50% is quite common in the markets. So 50% retracement, stop above the right shoulder, and we actually got triggered in with about 3 or 4 pips to spare. So perfect entry. This was our neckline. We've already taken half of our money off the table. That's banked. This trade is actually risk-free now. So if you're not in already, you're looking for price to break below. In fact, we're going to drop it. We're going to drop this down because this was the last significant low here in this movement. So we're looking for price to break and close below this zone, retest, and then you'll be looking for price to come back, somewhere around this level, somewhere around there, and then a rejection. So, you're looking for that to carry on down. Then you're looking for price to come back into the zone, and then you're looking to sell from there with the right price action, because the market's moving cycles. Impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. Hopefully this impulse is going to drive all the way through. Correction, next impulse. So right at this moment in time, if this was the last correction, the market is actually in a phase one. It's in an impulse mode at the moment. So just leave it alone. Leave it alone now. The ideal place to have traded really was from here. But luckily we did actually trade it yesterday here, and we closed out for 2%. but we were looking for another entry into the market. So we looked for that pullback, got in. So, you know, we will be looking for a second entry on a break and retest of this zone here. Aussie, just ignore this. In fact, I will. No, I was going to delete it. I won't delete it. I'll just leave it. We are looking for downside. You know, in line with this dollar strength, I'm seeing an impulse, correction, big impulse down, correction, looking for that impulse to the downside now. We've got a flag pattern. Very, very, one of the most common corrective patterns out there. So we're looking for this now to break and target here, you know, just above. We've got the big number, 0.68. Always look to get out before the big numbers. So we've seen price come down there. Look, it broke here. This was a false break. These lows here. So, you know, if you're going to short Aussie dollar, look to take profit off around this zone here. So I like Aussie dollar short. What else do we like? Kiwi, Swissy. This to me looks like had some nice downtrend there, but look, we've had this impulse here now, and I'm looking at this as a correction and looking for another move. So I'd be looking for at least an hourly close above this trend line. You can see it tested it there. Look, hasn't closed above, but a close above this trend line for me would be a good indication that we're going to see that move. So, you know, it's sometimes good to just zoom out of a chart. You can see what's happening. So for me, you know, this is a corrective pattern, and that looks like it's going to break to the upside. So we'd expect an impulse, correction, impulse. There's also this kind of bottom trend line here. So, you know, we might see price come back and test this bottom trend line. If it does, well, you know what to do. Look for a rejection. Look for buyers to come in if price comes back down to this trend line. So it's bounced there for the moment, so you never know. We might see that, and you're looking for that, basically. Dollar CAD's of interest as well to me. I mean, dollar CAD had some lovely down movement here. I mean, look at this beautiful trend, beautiful impulse. Then we saw it kind of die out. We had a pullback. We had sellers come in again, a consolidation. Sellers came in, and it kind of slowed down, pushed to the upside, and then this fake out candle here, which was the signal of the end of that downtrend. This one candle here. Buy stop above that candle and a stop loss below would have been a fantastic entry. I've got to be honest, guys, we didn't see it, or I didn't see it, but I'm looking at this as an impulse and this as a correction. So very, very similar to dollar Swiss. So you can see, you know, if we draw a trend line here, look, we can see that kind of change of momentum, change of cycle. I mean, this little zone here, I was talking to our traders last night in our daily webinar. I said this zone, if price comes down into this zone today, you know, you want to be looking to be buying. And this was a great zone. Look, you're seeing buyers come in, buyers come in, buyers come in. So this zone, really nice zone. I'm looking at this, and potentially we could possibly just see it come and test that little area there. Look, where we saw a little bit of support there. Look, so again, this would be an inverse head and shoulder pattern. So we could, if you see price come into this zone, then I'd really be looking for a rejection, something like that. So those are the dollar pairs of interest to us. There is one more pair I think it's worth looking at, and that's Pound Aussie. Let me just delete this and this and this. Pound Aussie is at a weekly trend line, which has been going on, a while basically. This kind of weekly uptrend. So, obviously now we are interested in, well, we're not interested in selling anymore, but we're interested in buying because of where it is. So start looking for buy setups. So I've drawn in this 15-minute trend line. We've got this downtrend here, as you can see, this impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. So maybe we'll get a double bottom here. You could look for that, but what I'm noticing is we've got the MACD here. We have this low and higher low there, where we've got a low and a lower low. So there's a difference between a MACD and price, and that is something which potentially indicates that this may reverse, and we may see a push to the upside. We're also seeing it on the RSI. Look, we've got this low here and this low here. They're actually that's a low and that's a higher low. So again, RSI is there's a divergence, there's a difference between price and the RSI. So this could be the end of this down move. If it is, simple play, you've got your trend line here, wait for the break of the trend line and then wait for the first pullback. So nice little zone here, look, of support, broken, tested, became resistance, textbook stuff, next impulse down. Right, you're just looking for this trend line now to break, close above, pull back, retest. This is the zone what you'd be interested in buying from. If you are interested at all, you might have a totally different perspective on Pound Aussie. This is our perspective though. That's what we're going to be looking for, the way things are at the moment, unless something significantly changes. But remember, it is at that weekly trend line, so this could turn around at any time. And I think that's more going to be to do with Aussie weakness, but who knows? At the end of the day, trading is a funny old game. It really is. But keep your eyes on that. So, if you can get in on a 15-minute chart, and this was the start of a big move to the upside, a weekly move, wow, you're going to be laughing. So just keep your eyes on that one. Could be a really nice trade. Anyway, traders, thanks for listening. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to further updates. I'll drop the link in as well for our free Telegram channel. We often put a lot of analysis in there. So, we've had a lot of good trading ideas posted in the Telegram channel, of which a lot of traders have made money off the ideas totally for free. Okay, so it's worth just subscribing, and having the odd look, because who doesn't want to make free money? You know what I mean? Who doesn't want to make free money? So anyway, guys, that's it from me. It's it from me, Nolan, and from Trade and Train, and we will catch you in the next video. Bye for now.